Hello everyone, I'm back, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. So far, 2024 has been a year filled with many strange things caught on trail cams. From weird unidentified creatures to killers and to many other unexplainable phenomena. So today I decided to highlight some of the most chilling and downright horrifying creatures caught on trail cameras this year. So grab your maximum fear coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the scariest trail cam clips of 2024 mega compilation. The following footage comes from a while ago but just recently resurfaced and the internet is puzzled. The mysterious encounter comes from somewhere in Latvia, which is located in northeastern Europe. A man was going for an innocent stroll through the Latvian forest this day, when suddenly he spotted this out-of-place creature. It's covered in thick fur and it walks on two legs. And as soon as it notices the man taking the video, it retreats and bounds across the highway. Because there are no cars on the highway, it's assumed that this was a rather remote spot. And maybe this was an abandoned highway in the middle of nowhere. And the man who encountered this disturbing creature has no clue what it could have been. And we the viewers can tell that it's non-human by the way it moves. From the way it crouches down and looks at the videographer and the way that it runs across the highway. It moves its arms and shoulders up weirdly with every stride. Humans do not run like this. Cryptid enthusiasts immediately speculated the creature was Bigfoot, but it does seem rather small for a Bigfoot. This led some to believe that it could be a juvenile Sasquatch. But others think it's a different cryptid creature entirely that is native to Latvia. Taking a look at a brand new creature sighting that just took place on March 7th, 2024. Instagram user Zook_E_Bashar shared the video and stated that one of his family members was driving down this dark and deserted road late one night. This remote back road is located in Pakistan. It was called the Nathia Gali Road. It's completely surrounded by thick pine trees on each side, which in theory would make a pretty good hiding spot for creatures that don't want to be discovered. But anyways, take a look as an unknown small creature emerges from the right side of the trees. It's kind of hard to see because it's so dark and the creature was pretty far in front of the car. But the headlights lit up the area just enough to catch it. Also, upping the brightness and enhancing the video gives us a more clear look. The creature is very small and seems to be a whitish color, possibly covered in fur. But it runs across the road and jumps onto the mound of snow and climbs over it. By the way it runs and climbs, we can tell it's bipedal and slightly human-like. Skeptics speculate that this was a hoax and that it was a child in a costume. But what kind of small child can move that fast? And also, they're out in the complete middle of nowhere. So what kind of child would be out there in the woods and on this deserted road like that? Other online users thought that maybe this could be a baby yeti or something, or perhaps even a goblin-like creature. It's hard to say for sure, and it looks like it's going to stay that way, leaving us puzzled. On February 18th, 2024, a man would have a horrifying encounter near a forest. He was driving along a forested road when he began to hear some deeply chilling noises coming from within the woods. He rolled down his window to get a better listen, and what he heard immediately made him pull over and begin recording.
guys hear that? Something out there. What the?
Deep, otherworldly screams and growls echo through the forest. And you can tell the man is just as puzzled as we are.
Hey! What the f*** are you? Something pissed off out there.
It doesn't sound like any animal we know here on Earth. It sounds too deep and too guttural. Just imagine hearing this sound in real life and not knowing what the heck it is. Commenters had 3 standalone theories. Some thought it could be a Bigfoot, others thought it could be a skinwalker, and others thought that it could be a known animal, particularly a bobcat or mountain lion. These cats are known to make horrifying noises, but not like this. Their vocal range can simply not go this deep, and Bigfoot is known to sound like this as well. And skinwalkers, the shape-shifting spirits that take the forms of wildlife, are known to try to lure people into the woods. So could it even potentially be a skinwalker? Since we can't ever see the creature that's emitting these noises, we can't know for sure. So let me know which theory you believe in the comments. This clip was captured on a late night of July 2022 by a homeowner located in Moorhead, Kentucky. The homeowner woke up and checked his home security footage from the night prior, and he could not believe what he was looking at. The footage shows a very pale and horrifying humanoid creature slowly walking along the homeowner's driveway. The creature crouch walks very strangely, and its movement almost seems non-human. The homeowner and everybody else have not been able to figure out what this strange cryptid creature really is. But online viewers think that it could be the rake, a supposed dangerous creature that is excessively pale and skinny. It has dark, sunken eyes, sharp claws, and it's known to terrorize humans. So let me know what you guys think it is in the comments. Do you think this is real, or do you think it's just a hoax? Not much context surrounds this video. It's unknown where exactly it took place and who the man was in the footage. But we do know this man was a hiker and he was out hiking this day, and it appears he was vlogging. It starts out normal with him showing the viewers his surroundings. But something massive is secretly lurking in the background. As he turns, revealed to us is a dark hairy beast lurking in the valley with him. The unsuspecting man has no clue he's being stalked and continues walking on and filming like normal. He claims it wasn't until he watched the footage back later when he finally saw the unknown being. Zooming in and taking a closer look, the creature certainly resembles a Sasquatch, with its dark coloration, wide stature, and broad shoulders. And it's hard to make out how truly tall it was because it's pretty far in the background. But it is estimated to be a good amount taller than the man who's taking the video. And this encounter just took place on February 21st, so there's still some investigating that needs to be done. This supernatural encounter occurred on March 13th, 2024. A man by the name of Dustin Frazier lives on a remote property in the Appalachian Mountains. The video clip starts off with him talking about how he was just awoken in the middle of the night by strange, otherworldly noises coming from the surrounding forest. But as he's talking, the noises start again, and he catches them on camera. Ominous, high-pitched howling and screaming sounds bellow in the distance. Something about these sounds is deeply chilling. They don't seem like noises that any earthly creature can emit. And Dustin also has a security camera mounted outside of his property to keep an eye on things. And later that night, it picked up what was making those noises. A pale humanoid creature is seen crouch walking towards the back of the property. Luckily, the light brightened the area enough for us to see it. The creature slowly creeps around the driveway, ducking behind the cars and trying to remain hidden. Until eventually it finally makes its way back into the forest from whence it came. Taking a closer look, the creature is pale and alien-like. Viewers quickly pointed out that it resembled the infamous cryptid creature, the Rake, which, as we can see, they look very similar. The Rake is a supposed dangerous creature that lives in the woods. They're known to emerge from the woods and come out and terrorize humans. But anyways, from the horrifying sounds to the unknown being caught on camera, this encounter is nothing short of a nightmare. And the homeowner is still shocked and has no clue what this creature was or why this happened to him. The following video is downright chilling. A homeowner has a security camera mounted on the front of his house. He has the camera to keep an eye out for any suspicious activity going on. And he's never really picked up anything on this camera until this night. And it's far from what he expected. At first, we can't see anything. Then, one of the most disturbing noises you'll ever hear echoes through the night. A high-pitched mechanical screech rings out. The noise is deeply unsettling and couldn't possibly come from something of this world. Cryptid researcher Abby Sabota states that it sounds almost human but not quite, like something trying to sound like a human but isn't quite getting it right. But then, as the video continues, we see something appear from behind the bushes. It's kind of hard to see, but we can see whatever it is, it's pale and it's standing up on two legs, moving around very strangely. What could this thing possibly be? Because it seems like something trying to mimic a human, people think it could be a skinwalker, the shape-shifting witch spirit that attempts to take the forms of humans and animals. They do this to try to blend in with their surroundings. And according to Navajo culture, these skin-taking malevolent spirits reside on cursed land, so maybe this land was cursed many years ago. Just a very horrifying piece of footage. Let me know if you guys have any theories in the comments down below. This deeply disturbing trail cam recording was just taken on March 13th, 2024. It was 7:30 at night, surprisingly early for a strange encounter like this. The trail cam owner is named Mandy, and she has the camera set up near her backyard. She resides on a rural property with many trees and fields surrounding. A perfect spot for unknown entities to roam, and it seems that's exactly what she may have caught on camera. First, an eerie whistle rings out, but no one is there. Then, a disheveled woman's voice repeats, "Let me in," followed by what could be strange scratching noises. The unfamiliar voice and whistling are extremely off-putting. They sound kind of human-like, but almost non-human at the same time. Almost like something mimicking a human. Because we can't see who or what is responsible for these strange noises, it leaves us with a feeling of mystery. The most popular explanations via online viewers are as follows. Either it's a paranormal entity or it's simply someone playing a prank on the homeowner. However, as I said earlier, the homeowner does live in a rather rural area, and the neighbors live pretty far away, so they would have to go to extreme lengths just for a silly prank. This is why many believe this is in fact a real paranormal encounter. Maybe her remote property is home to skinwalkers, or perhaps other demonic spirits. Here is a recent trail cam capture that may prove that Bigfoot exists. The clear, up-close footage belongs to a man named Sonny Vader. He has a trail camera set up in the deep woods of Canada. Mostly, he captures wildlife, but this type of wildlife was much wilder than he could have ever imagined. He looked back at his footage that was taken when the motion sensor was set off, and a huge, dark, hairy creature is revealed. This thing is absolutely massive, with broad shoulders, a super wide stance, and a massive head. It just stands there and moves around slowly. It seems to notice the trail cam, and then it slowly ducks down and tries to hide. Because we can only see it from the waist up, judging its height is tricky. But the ground behind the vegetation where the supposed Bigfoot creature is standing slopes down quite a bit. Also, it's estimated from the torso to the head to measure around 4 feet, and this is only at least half of the creature's body. Typically, humans' legs make up at least half of their height. Considering this is probably pretty similar for a Bigfoot, it would have to be around 8 feet tall. Most likely ruling out the possibility of it being a human in a costume. What's so captivating about this footage is that it's so close up and clear, giving us a really good look at the Sasquatch-like creature. So what do you guys think? Definitely some of the clearest footage of a potential Bigfoot ever. Now this is honestly one of the scariest creatures ever caught on a trail cam, but this time it's a known creature of the world. This camera was set up on the ground deep within a cave, and it captures a small but dangerous creature. The vampire bat. The vampire bat leaps and inspects the camera, then it retreats, and then it repeats this a few times. Just the way this animal looks and moves is unsettling. But its eerie appearance is not the scariest thing about it. As it states in the name, these bats are indeed real-life vampires. They mostly feed upon the bloods of livestock and birds. However, they have been known to bite and suck the blood of humans when they get the chance. And the process they use to suck blood is deeply disturbing. First, they bite you with their sharp, small teeth. They make a small incision in the flesh. Then the bat saliva contains something called an anticoagulant, which causes blood to keep flowing instead of clotting. This gives them a continuous stream of blood. This is when the bat begins to lap up the blood with its small tongue, the blood that now freely flows from the created wound. However, vampire bats' bites are not particularly painful. However, they can carry harmful diseases such as rabies, which is incurable if contracted. So despite its small size, this has to be one of the scariest creatures to exist on this planet. The real-life vampire. Hey everyone, I wanted to take a moment to tell you that I just filmed my first ever vlog on my second channel called More Maximum Fear. I got some insane footage of the total solar eclipse that just occurred 2 days ago, so be sure to check it out if you want to see some of the best footage of it and also my crazy reaction.
Oh, look at this, look at this! Oh my god!
Lights are on.
Look at this!
I got a perfect video!
No way!
So if you want to get to know the real me, the link to my second channel is in the description down below, or just simply search More Maximum Fear in the YouTube search bar. Don't miss it, and leave a like and subscribe for more vlog videos. Thanks, and back to the scary content. Taking a look at some mysterious footage coming from the deep woods. It was an encounter from long ago, but the footage was just recently found and is now circulating through internet forums. The video starts off with a man wandering the forest. It seems he's looking for his lost friend when he eventually comes across a disturbing scene. Logan? The heck is that? Oh my God. Unbeknownst to him, a humanoid creature crouches in the brush. We can see it has the body of a human, but when it whips its face around and peers at the man, we can tell it's not human at all. Also, humans' eyes do not typically glow or flash when filmed, showing us even more it can't be human. The clip is the definition of a nightmare in real life, and the videographer was traumatized. Nobody knows for sure what this weird creature was, but some believe it was something known as the Rake. The supposed pale, skinny, humanoid creature that resides in deep forests, but comes out to hunt at night. Here is a side-by-side comparison of the Rake and then this creature here. Chilling to say the least. This scary video was uploaded to TikTok on February 15th, 2024. According to the caption, this encounter took place in a local cemetery in the Appalachian Mountains. And whatever the creature was in the video, it was reportedly digging up graves. Take a look. It's hard to see, but we can make out some unidentified creature down on all fours, doing a weird digging motion. And then it runs away quickly on all fours. Even upping the brightness, it's still hard to see the creature. But from what we can see, it looks disturbing. The uploader of the video states that the creature was a dogman, a half-dog, half-man creature that resides in the deep woods. More specifically, it's a 7-foot-tall, canine-like creature that walks around on its hind legs, and it has a human-like body, but it's still covered in fur. So could this here have been a dogman caught in the act of digging up graves? This recent horrifying discovery has been shocking the nation. Apparently, a new species of snake has been found, and the one that was found was actually the biggest snake that has ever been recorded on this earth. It's an entirely new species of anaconda that was just found in the Amazon. 14 different scientists from 9 different countries documented, filmed, and confirmed the existence of this horrifying specimen. They swim along underwater, showing us this absolutely massive snake. Reportedly, it was a whopping 26 feet long, and its head was the same size as a human's head. Just imagine seeing this thing in person. Scientists originally thought that there was only one species of green anaconda, but apparently they were wrong. This species here is now called the northern green anaconda, which, as I said, is an entirely new species. It's crazy how we're still discovering new creatures in this world, especially creatures this big. This really makes us wonder what could be classified by science next. Perhaps Bigfoot or another cryptid creature? Considering a species of snake this massive could go undetected for so long, makes it seem like Bigfoot creatures and other cryptid creatures going undetected for all these years isn't really too far-fetched. On February 3rd, a woman was going on a nice hike with her dogs. The hike started off completely normal. They walked along the trail and enjoyed the tranquil environment surrounding. However, the woods did look kind of eerie this day. It was covered in a dense layer of fog, decreasing the level of visibility. But she continued on her hike regardless. She eventually reached an area where the woods was not so dense, so she let her dogs run around and play. But as they were playing, something huge was stalking them beyond the fog.
Stop. There's something. No. Dogs. Woo. What the? No.
The dark creature suddenly appears from behind a tree, and it just kind of stands there watching them. You can tell the dog walker is completely freaked out and is genuinely concerned for her dogs, not knowing what the creature could be. Because it's so tall and wide and the general shape of it, many thought this was a Bigfoot hiding within the dense fog. A foggy day would be a good opportunity for a big creature that wants to remain hidden to come out to roam. And maybe it wasn't expecting company this deep in the woods. Despite this being the leading theory, the hiker still has not voiced her opinion. All she knows was that it was something huge and most likely dangerous lurking within the fog. Here's an unusual sight I stumbled upon. Recently, in a Chinese province, a huge dragon skeleton or serpent creature was located. The fresh and highly realistic looking skeleton is shown here lying in a remote field. When we look closer, we can see what appears to be leftover skin fragments. And it's also covered in spots of dried blood. It is certainly intriguing, but people are highly skeptical about if it's real or not, considering the lack of information surrounding, such as where it came from and how it got there. All that's known is that it was found in this remote field, but according to YouTube channel Dread Captures, in the Yucatan Peninsula there have been reports of peculiar discoveries involving dragon-like creatures. These strange discoveries come from underwater caves in the area. Exploring these caves is no small feat, given their dark and labyrinthine nature. But researchers have uncovered bones of prehistoric creatures and ancient humans in these depths. However, rumors persist of undisclosed discoveries that could align with our concept of dragons. What makes these reports intriguing is that these dragons could actually be serpentine creatures. Maybe they're massive sea serpents. It's not too far-fetched. Yet, despite eyewitness accounts and alleged discoveries, there appears to be a veil of secrecy surrounding these findings. It seems like the scientists and government are trying to cover them up. While these accounts stir curiosity, none of them have been sustained, and evidence of these creatures' existence remains elusive, leaving us with more questions than answers. The following video comes from Boone, North Carolina, a known Bigfoot hotspot. Many strange reports and sightings of giant ape-like creatures come from the area, and this here is one of the most convincing. Here's the trail cam photo originating in 2018. Even though it was taken in 2018, it's just now gaining some traction online. A woman had a trail camera mounted in some local woods, and she definitely wasn't expecting to catch this. Even though the photo is quite blurry, it's still intriguing and convincing. Taking a closer look, it has broad shoulders and a big head. It does look pretty monkey-like, like an ape or something. But cryptozoologists argue against this claim, especially because North Carolina is not home to any type of monkeys. Only one state in the entire US is home to monkeys, and that's Florida, and it's a long way. Because of all of this information and judging by the looks of the creature, this is why people believe it was indeed a real Sasquatch, And as I said, Boone is a supposed Bigfoot hotspot, furthering its authenticity. So did this woman inadvertently capture a Bigfoot on her trail camera? It looks like it will remain a mystery. The following deeply chilling video comes from the deep woods. A man named Creepy Outdoors on YouTube commonly films videos deep in the woods at night. He creates ASMR content throughout the woods of Canada. His videos usually just consist of him walking around alone, listening to the sounds of nature. But this video, just recently going viral in late March, quickly became different than the rest. Here's his footage.
Oh, hi. What the hell?
He walks around in the woods completely alone, and the setting is certainly scary. When suddenly someone or something calls out, "I see you." Given the authenticity of his videos and his genuine reaction, people know this encounter is real.
I need to get out of here. Oh boy. Okay. That was creepy. I need to get out of here. It could have been campers, but this area is extremely secluded.
Taking another listen, the "I see you" that rings out through the night sounds downright unsettling. It's a high-pitched, almost disembodied sounding voice. People quickly pointed out that it sounded like something trying to mimic a human's voice, a typical trait of the so-called skinwalker, the Navajo witch spirit that I talked about earlier that resides on cursed land. It shapeshifts, essentially taking the skin of whatever it's trying to mimic. It typically takes the form of wild animals or humans in distress. They try to mimic someone or something in distress to attempt to lure them deeper and deeper into their territory. When they do who knows what to them. This seemingly innocent video starts off with a kid innocently vlogging himself in the woods. He's filming a survival video. It was posted on March 21st, 2024. And pay attention what happens in the background while the boy films himself.
This is man versus wild, and I'm going to show you how to survive in this beautiful forest. First thing you'll need is some sticks. With sticks, we can make a campfire. So let's gather some up. Try not to get the moist ones. They won't like them well. Okay, now we'll need some leaves and some dry bones.
First, I don't know if you caught it, but a rock was thrown directly behind him, maybe even at him. Then a dark, hairy creature sneaks by. The camera set up on a tree just barely captures sight of this strange beast. We can see from the shoulders up it appears to be walking like a human, but it can't be a human, because it's completely covered in fur. But because we can only see a small portion of it, we can't exactly estimate its height. But experts do say it does seem to be taller than the average human. Could this have been a Bigfoot and it was angry because the boy was invading its territory? Perhaps that's why it threw the rock, and maybe it thought it could sneak by without the camera seeing it, but it was wrong. And it's unknown where exactly this took place, but it was somewhere in the US. Some chilling and convincing footage for sure. Deep in the woods of South Carolina is a trail camera. It was placed in a low-hanging area by a small pond in an attempt to capture a dangerous creature of the woods. And very late one night, this infamous creature emerged and walked right by the trail cam, giving the trail cam owner a scary piece of footage. A glowing-eyed alligator walks past the pond cam placed by Ocho Verde Wildlife. The eye shine makes this footage all the more scary. This footage gives us a very close look at one of the most dangerous animals in the entire world. The alligator, commonly found in South Carolina, is responsible for many deaths and critical injuries. With 2,000 pounds per square inch, the alligator has the strongest bite force in the entire world. They bite and lock down onto their prey and twist and contort their bodies to rip off limbs and mortally wound their prey. These animals are ruthless, and they're definitely not something to play around with. Even though alligator attacks are pretty rare, when they happen, they're usually fatal. So that's why a capture like this so close up is so terrifying. And this alligator just looks so peaceful and innocent here, and that only makes it more disturbing knowing the truth. The following recent mysterious video comes from a secluded beach in Iran. It's been recently making headlines with locals thinking this was a real mermaid. Maybe a thought to be fictional creature could be real. The bottom half looks like a tail and like a fish or something. Then the upper half is a girl with grayish colored skin. And you can tell it's a real person because she's alive and moving, and so is her bottom half. However, little context surrounds the footage, creating debate. Some think this could actually be a human getting swallowed up by a big fish, perhaps a catfish of some sort. Both theories are certainly scary. However, if you don't already know, mermaids are supposed creatures that come from many cultures worldwide. Many believe that they're real and that they attempt to remain unseen. Some mermaids are said to be good and other mermaids are said to be bad. And considering how unexplored the ocean really is, it's not too far-fetched to believe that half-human, half-fish-like creatures reside in the murky depths below. A man named Eric, also known as Jersey and Florida Fishing Channel on YouTube, set out on an adventure deep into the Guyanese wilderness. His goal was to film some fishing content for his YouTube channel. However, when speaking with an Amerindian who lived in Guyana his entire life, he found out some more disturbing details about the location. Guyana, located in South America along the Amazon basin, is mostly made up of unexplored jungle. And according to Eric, only 1 to 2% of the jungle there in Guyana has ever been researched and explored, which in theory makes a perfect spot for unidentified creatures and legends to hide out. Watch and listen closely as Eric interviews this local.
Our guide was telling us about some new animals or strange animals that live here in Guyana. The one that has my interest is, what is up in the mountains here?
It's just like dinosaur.
Just like a dinosaur.
Yes.
Do they scare you?
Yeah.
So they're dangerous.
It's dangerous.
They're
You can't
dangerous.
go alone in the mountain.
And then we were also talking about there's a creature in the jungle that changes, right?
Yes.
And
yeah.
what do you call that one?
A zombie.
A zombie.
Yeah. It's a zombie tall alpine animal, tiger. Most of the storm tiger are ancestor and some different people. You could see their face.
Okay. So like a shapeshifter, a skinwalker.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So there's many stories of shapeshifters, skinwalkers with native tribes around the world. One of them being the Navajo in Utah. These things could be a goat, it could be a human, it could turn into a cat. And it's just ironic that there's stories like this all around the world. And these people never met each other. So how is the same story around the world like that? You know, I just find that weird that you say the same thing as people in North America.
Yeah.
Jumbies, according to legend, are evil spirits that roam there. They can appear as ghostly spirits and are believed to be able to shapeshift or change forms. They are similarly compared to the legend of the skinwalkers of the Navajo tribe.
Now, is there like an ape man in the jungle?
Yeah, it's like an ape.
Like an ape?
Yeah.
But he's short, right?
Yeah, he's short.
It's
a human being, but he have no hair and he's tough. It's a little man with a big muscle. He's a sharp little man.
Okay.
He will hit the mora trees if it's vexed, he's get vexed and he just hit the big more tree to just hear it, like a big song. As he coming at the back of you, so you got to be scared with him.
Okay, and he's dangerous.
Dangerous.
The ape man he speaks of could be compared to Bigfoot here in North America. And you can hear as the tribesman speaks upon giant 30-foot anacondas living in the rivers.
There's an anaconda.
Anaconda, but is it a normal anaconda?
There's a big one, like the bucket size.
It lives in the water, you were
live
saying.
in the water and wait for something.
And how long does this snake get, you think?
Like I see a long, like 25 feet.
25 feet,
Yeah, more. The big one, we have more, like 30 feet.
30 feet. Well, possibly this larger snake is an anaconda that people don't realize how big that anacondas could be. Or maybe it's a very similar species to an anaconda that looks similar, that grows larger.
And this was actually filmed in November of 2022, way before they discovered this new species of anaconda, which I also included in my last trail cam video. And this anaconda here was actually found in the Amazon River as well, the river that stretches through Guyana. So it seems there's some truth to these tales. If he was right about huge man-eating snakes, what else could he be right about?
So it's very interesting. There's a lot of stories out here in the jungle, and there's definitely creatures that we do not know about that live here. You have to remember only 1% of the jungle here in Guyana has ever been researched and explored. There's many animals, like monkeys, maybe a dinosaur in a mountain, or an ape man that possibly live in these jungles out here.
And if you like fishing videos, be sure to check out Eric's channel. I actually met him and he's a really cool guy and also a very good fisherman. So check out his videos if you want. A group of girls were out driving late one night. They were driving around having fun and talking amongst each other. Because it was late and they were driving down spooky back roads, their conversation shifted towards skinwalkers, saying things like, "Imagine if we saw a skinwalker on this road," along with other similar statements. And that's when something kind of weird happened.
What's wrong with it?
The caption of the video reads, "We were just talking about skinwalkers and then 3 minutes later, this happened." We can see a deer just standing there in the middle of the road, not moving at all, and it looks unwell. Something seems super off-putting. Now, if you know skinwalkers, they are said to try to mimic animals by essentially taking their skin. They shapeshift and try to blend in with the world, but they still remain out of place. They remain out of place because whatever animal they try to act like, something always seems off, because they're not in fact that animal at all. So could this deer actually not be a deer at all, and is a skinwalker? The more plausible answer is that this deer is suffering from something called CWD, which stands for chronic wasting disease, and it's also known as the zombie deer disease. CWD is a disease that deer can develop that slowly eats away at their brains, practically making them living zombies. It causes them to behave very strangely and to be super disoriented, giving them an often zombie-like appearance. So most likely this is not a skinwalker and it's simply a deer suffering from CWD. But either way, it's scary, because it's still unknown if humans can contract the zombie disease. The following footage comes from the Himalayas in 2009. Despite being from long ago, not many have seen this video. The story goes like this. Some people were out winter hiking in the area when they came across an open area and spotted something strange. At first, the creature is seen lying down, and then it suddenly gets up and walks away from the hikers. The video is kinda shaky and the camera quality is not the best, because again, this is from 2009. But slowing the footage down and zooming in here, the creature looks like Bigfoot. It's dark, covered in hair, and it's super wide and tall, and also with a very massive domed head, which is characteristic of Bigfoot. Some experts even point out that it has a distinctive gait that is not specific to humans. And comparing the Bigfoot-like creature to the trees beside, we can tell this thing is freakishly tall. Experts estimate 8 to 10 feet. And this encounter seems pretty realistic to me. I don't know about you guys, but this is definitely some compelling footage that may prove to us that Bigfoot does exist in the Himalayas. Yukon, Canada is home to so much vast wilderness. It includes Canada's highest mountain peak, trails, glaciers, and even rivers, which seems like a perfect spot to set up a trail cam. And that's exactly what Facebook user Yukon Wildlife Cams did. They put up many different trail cameras throughout the Yukon wilderness to try to capture crazy wildlife. And that's exactly what they caught on August 9th, 2021. Check it out. A bear is momentarily seen scratching its back on a tree. Suddenly it stops doing this and charges right towards the trail camera. But luckily it runs right past, sparing the trail camera's life and allowing us to see this breathtaking footage. You can really see how big these bears can get from this footage. I mean, this one is absolutely massive. This is definitely not a bear that you'd want to mess with. Grizzly bears like this one can get up to 9 feet from head to tail, and they can weigh up to a whopping 700 pounds plus. This crazy size paired with their immense power and strength is truly terrifying. Right at the start of 2024, some truly eerie footage would emerge, highlighted by Olivia Twist Mysteries on TikTok. The video shows some unidentifiable aquatic creatures. Some onlookers were on a dock by a local lake. This is when they looked down and saw these strange otherworldly creatures swimming around in the waters below. "10 to 20 of these strange things swim around aimlessly. They had no idea what they could be, so they began recording them. They uploaded the video to see if they could get an answer as to what they were. Looking closer, they look like they have wings, and they seemingly glide through the water. They can't be ducks, right? Ducks do not swim underwater like this, and they usually have more colors on them. These creatures are just a tannish color, and they seem way more flat than any kind of bird. Could these be birdfish hybrids? Or at least some sort of mutated animal? Or is there a possible worldly explanation? Some say they almost look like bats or something, but bats obviously don't swim in water. And considering that this is a freshwater lake, they couldn't be squids or any type of ocean wildlife. Just some very weird footage that leaves us baffled. Let me know what you think they could be in the comments down below. Recently, a pilot who was traveling over the Pacific Ocean captured something truly strange. The plane was reportedly 31,000 feet over the Pacific Ocean when the strange phenomenon was spotted. The pilot looked out and saw multiple red glowing lights coming from within the clouds. The pilot, who has been a pilot for a long time, had never seen anything like this out of his whole pilot career. So he took photos of what he saw, and here they are. An otherworldly bright red glow radiates through the clouds below. Multiple photos and a short video document this and tell us that it's 100% real. And according to Sky News, the pilot later stated in an interview, "We had no clue what we were seeing, and we began joking about being caught in a military exercise or even an alien invasion." This caused a massive debate online as the video spread throughout various social media platforms. Comments range from natural phenomena to supernatural phenomena. One commenter thought it could have been a volcano eruption, but how can you see it through the clouds? And why is it not moving? I don't think the volcano explanation seems very likely. Others speculate some sort of apocalypse or alien invasion. Maybe these were UFOs controlled by extraterrestrials. Definitely some of the strangest footage of the whole video. This very quick trail cam clip showcases what happens when a moose and bear fight. Since the footage cuts off, we don't get to see who wins. But these are some of the most powerful animals that live in the woods, and to see them battle is crazy. The moose engages first and jumps at the bear, and the bear jumps on its hind legs and begins fighting back. This video comes from Alaskan wildlife officials. And the trail cam was set up at Glacier Bay National Park. Let's watch this footage one more time. I hope you enjoyed this clip, and I hope you enjoyed all of today's clips. The following video was taken by a security guard at a cemetery. Ironically enough, he was working the graveyard shift at the graveyard. Everything was seeming to be routine. He did his rounds and made sure there were no intruders or anything weird going on. And just when he was about to finish up, he began to hear some eerie crying noises coming from somewhere in the cemetery. He walks around until he locates the source of the cries by a big tombstone. The crying continues until suddenly a dark shadow figure appears by the stone. The guard gets spooked and jumps, but by the time he aims the camera back up to the spot, it's completely gone. The most believed theory is that it was the spirit of the person underneath this tombstone, and that he was terribly saddened by his death. Judging by the shadowy look of the presence, there's no way it could have been a real human, and the fact that it happened in a cemetery makes us believe even more, and it also makes the clip that much more terrifying. This ghostly encounter occurred on December 20th, 2023. A man and his wife were playing with their children at around 9 p.m., a common thing they would do to spend time with them before they sent them to bed. They would usually play games like hide and seek, and that's exactly what they were playing this night. But an innocent game of hide and seek suddenly took a dark turn. Check it out.
If I fall from ice, now the blood of children.
The man records the video captured by his baby monitor. He laughs it off and opens the door wider and looks inside. He inspects the closet to find absolutely no one hiding inside. This is when his wife enters the room and assures that they were all hiding downstairs and in fact are not in the closet.
I know, but we're downstairs.
Heart attack here.
Oh, this is stressing me out.
I need to change my diaper.
Okay.
This was enough to completely freak the family out. And if this isn't horrifying enough, when we replay the footage, we can hear a voice ring out as the closet door opens. We can hear what sounds like a woman's voice say hi, proving that even though nothing is seen, something is present. After the video surfaced, commenters were worried about the family, stating that a demonic entity could be trapped inside their home. But no other updates have been given, so hopefully the family is okay and haven't had any more encounters with whatever that was. On March 4th, 2024, a man named Ryan from Oklahoma captured something strange. It was a rather calm night in their small neighborhood with not a cloud in the sky, just the beautiful dark night sky lit up by only stars and the moon. But suddenly, as Ryan was looking in the sky, something odd appeared, shocking everyone around. Take a look.
Oh, wow. Look, it's separating from itself. What the hell is that?
That's a UFO.
It's shooting at... What is that? Like some sort of like pulse energy or something.
You can tell him and his son are completely puzzled. They've never seen anything like this before, and neither have we. As we can see, it first shows up like a very bright moving star, but then it shoots out an ominous ring of light or smoke that slowly dissipates. The main debate with this footage was whether it was a UFO or a rocket. But the thing that stands out to me is that the craft is moving horizontal. When do we ever see a rocket traveling horizontal? Rockets that are sent up to space shoot upwards vertically, so I personally don't believe that this is a rocket. So could it be a UFO controlled by aliens? Or somehow could this be a known craft? I honestly don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. This quick clip is super unsettling. A man was in his bathroom just minding his own business, when out of nowhere he heard something behind him in the shower. He pans his camera around to see something straight out of a nightmare. A dark gray woman with black hair and glowing eyes peers from around the curtain. She begins emitting noises that humans simply cannot make. They sound high-pitched and mechanical. Then she hides behind the curtain and completely vanishes, while flies fly around where she once was. As you may know, flies are attracted to horrible smells and love to feast upon deceased animals and humans. Could these flies have been attracted to the woman because she was in fact a deceased human? This footage is just so disturbing, from the woman's gray skin to her intense glowing eyes. However, many believe that this is just a hoax and say that it's a skit or it's edited or that it's a prop. And this very well could be, but we will never know for sure because of the little context that surrounds this clip. A group of fishermen were out fishing off the coast of Key West, Florida, when something very weird began to occur in the sky. Strange circles began to appear side by side in the clouds, making for an eerie sight.
Bro, look at these clouds.
Phenomenon, dude.
What is going on?
That? But look over there, there's a circle one that's the actual cloud. Yeah, it's like a missing puzzle piece or something.
What is going on here with these clouds?
And the fishermen are completely puzzled and have no idea what could have caused this. So they took to social media and their questions were answered. Many people thought this was some kind of supernatural phenomenon. However, despite the otherworldly look of the clouds, the explanation is not as scary as we once thought. These are called fall streak holes. Fall streak holes are circular or elliptical openings that can occur in cirrocumulus clouds or altocumulus clouds. Long story short, they form when clouds hold very cold or freezing water, and it occurs when the water rapidly freezes or evaporates. This could be caused naturally or it could even be caused by crafts flying by like airplanes. And because it's a rather rare phenomenon, not many people know about it. So people often mistake them for something supernatural like UFOs or aliens. So it turns out it's not as scary as we once thought, but it's still very fascinating and cool to look at. Sticking with the theme of weird sky phenomena, this one actually may be something supernatural. All I can say for sure is that it's completely unexplainable. It was a stormy day when a driver was driving along a local road. As he drove, he looked out of his driver's side window and what he saw shocked him. The video, reportedly taken on July 30th, 2023, shows a cluster of 8 or so bright orange lights hanging in the cloudy sky. Because the car is driving, we can't see if they appear to be moving or not. But we can see the lights shifting around each other, creating different shapes and patterns. Not surprisingly, the driver was freaked out by what he captured and knew that he had to upload it to try to get some answers. He wanted the world to see what he had captured. And this one, unlike the last clip, does not have a scientific explanation. What the hell could possibly cause bright lights to float around in the sky like this? Because there is no known worldly explanation, people dove into the world of the paranormal for an explanation. Many think these were real UFOs controlled by alien beings from a different planet. This is definitely a weird one. If you guys have any theories or think that you know what this could have been, let us know in the comments down below. On the dreary day of June 19th, 2023, a family was relaxing in their home watching some TV. But as they were within the safe walls of their home, something otherworldly was lurking outside. Picked up by the Ring camera installed towards the back of their living room, something is seen peering in at the family through the open window. 2 separate times an extraterrestrial-looking creature peers menacingly at the family. The family is completely unaware of the being as they just continue to watch their show. However, people were quick to debunk this footage by saying that it could just be someone playing a prank on the family, maybe someone in a mask. But when we look closely, it's kinda hard to see, but through the cracks in the blinds we can see this thing's skin and its full body is a very pale white color. Judging by this, it looks pretty legit. They thought that this being was what's known as an alien gray. Alien grays are light grayish extraterrestrial beings that are said to be spotted around the world. They are reportedly spotted pretty often. They are commonly associated with UFO sightings and are commonly seen at UFO crash sites. Many people report encounters with these creatures every single year, so could this be what was captured on camera? The following scary security footage comes from Tampa, Florida. An owner of a small local home had something weird appear on his security camera this rainy afternoon. Something that may be paranormal. As you can see, a blurry white shadow floats by. Its appearance is eerie, and it definitely doesn't look like any natural occurrence. Many were sold that this was indeed a ghost. And what makes it even more compelling is when we slow the footage down and take a closer look. Right at the beginning, right when the shadow figure is first appearing, we can see what looks like the being's hand being stretched out in a motion to grab something. Showing us that this was something alive, well, at least sort of alive, considering it's a ghost. Even though this footage is really convincing, some had their doubts, stating that it was a glitch in the camera, or that it was a person walking by and it was distorted by the raindrops on the camera lens. But the homeowner and most online viewers disagree with this take, stating that a smudge on the camera or a glitch couldn't possibly cause something this realistic looking. So it seems a ghost could reside on this property in Tampa, Florida. Now this footage here is completely horrifying. Along with encountering strange creatures in the woods, this is any hunter's worst nightmare. A man named Brendan Fitzpatrick was bow hunting on a particular stretch of land that he found on a hunting app when he encounters a dangerous armed man.
I'm sorry. You have an AR in front of me. I'm fucking scared. Dude, I'm scared as right now.
Okay, well, let's go be more scared. Are you attacking me?
No, no, sir. No, sir. I'm hunting. I'm bow hunting. I don't have any guns on me.
The man seems super unhinged and paranoid, and the scariest part is that he's armed with an AR-15. You can hear the absolute fear in Brendan's voice as he fears for his life. The confrontation goes on for a while more.
Okay, I'm packing up. You never been here. Can I come out there so we can talk? Come on out. Okay. So no problem. I wish you luck. Oh, you okay? Can I get your name, sir? Okay. Sir, I was just trying to be polite.
It appears there was some sort of mix-up, and Brendan could have been on this man's property. Regardless, rushing up to him with an AR and essentially threatening him at the same time is not the way the man should have gone about this. The smartest thing to do as the landowner would have been to call the authorities and let them approach and handle the situation. Dealing with it like this could have got either one of them killed, but luckily the hunter Brendan was able to keep his cool, and he escaped the threatening encounter with his life. Just imagine being in his shoes here, just innocently hunting, and then all of a sudden a man rushes you with an AR. This shows us that people can be just as scary, if not scarier, than the creatures that roam the woods. This up-close footage taken by a Reconix trail cam deep in the woods is interesting. It shows a curious, predatory cat intrigued by the stealthy camera. The cat roams by the camera a few times, not noticing it. But then eventually it notices, and we get this crazy up-close shot. It inspects the trail camera and even bites it a few times. But the camera withstood and remained standing and recording. Obviously, mountain lions and other wild animals do not know what cameras are. So it's fascinating for them to see these foreign devices in their habitats. And this is a great example of the old saying, curiosity killed the cat. But luckily, a trail camera is not a harmful device at all, so the cat lives on this time. Here is a very scary clip taken by me. I actually just got back from a vacation in Florida, and I literally just got off the plane like an hour ago, but I wanted to get this video out for you guys. But anyways, we saw all kinds of scary and weird creatures and wildlife. And I'll definitely show you guys more of my scary clips that I caught down there in future videos if you're interested. But anyways, it was late at night, and I was sitting there out on the dock doing some snook fishing. And I don't mean to brag, but I did actually catch a pretty nice one. Here it is.
Oh my gosh, it's pretty big. Let's get pictures now?
I think I'm videoing too, so. Wait.
But this wasn't the scary part. The scary part is what happened afterwards. Right after I caught this snook and released it, I looked down and saw something weird swimming in the water. So I pulled out my phone and took this video. This creature looks very strange, like something not from this planet. However, I believe this is something called a sea hare. And despite its otherworldly look, it's not harmful to humans. However, it does secrete toxins that help it not to be eaten by predators. But these toxins are not known to harm humans. But another weird creature decided to swim through this night as well. A pufferfish.
I can't flip him around.
No way he popped up.
He puffed up, dude.
Look at him.
This is Puff.
Bruh.
Oh my. I'm trying to flip him around so we can see the top of him. Look at this. Can you see it?
I can't believe he popped up like that.
He's maximum fear content here. Maximum fear. Ready?
This man's flop.
I believe this here is the southern pufferfish. These fish are toxic and can be deadly to humans. You are not supposed to touch them because their skin is known to give off neurotoxins. But majority of these toxins are mostly found in their liver. So usually it's not too harmful to touch, but you shouldn't touch them because you still could get infected. It was definitely interesting to see and capture these creatures to show you guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and again, if you want to see more of my personal clips, let me know in the comments down below. A man was out exploring by a bridge near his home. Supposedly the bridge has a dark history. It's supposedly haunted, as many people have had strange encounters near it, from disembodied voices to creature sightings and strange apparitions. But this night, this lone explorer took a trek out to see if the bridge really lived up to the legend, and it did. He walks around for a while until he hears a strange noise. He then pans his camera over to where the noise was coming from, and a pale, skinny creature is seen on the rocks underneath the bridge. It's on all fours crawling around. Right after this, the man sprinted away, not knowing what the heck this creature was and not wanting to find out at all. After analyzing the footage, commenters thought that this could be the infamous cryptid called the Rake. The Rake is supposedly an evil creature that preys on humans. The appearance of these beings are described as abnormally skinny and excessively pale, with long claws on the ends of its human-like hands. So could this footage here be real footage of the Rake? Or is it simply a clever hoax? Let me know. This insane video was just uploaded to Instagram by Raphael Vital on March 26, 2024. I'll let the footage speak for itself. The man is flying a paramotor when he comes across an unexpected friend. It seems the vulture wanted to hitch a ride. And vultures are not necessarily harmful to humans. They actually prefer to eat the flesh of freshly dead mammals. But either way, having a bird this big land on you is frightening and would definitely scare you. But this guy doesn't really seem scared at all. Just a really crazy and scary capture. Something you don't see every day. On January 29th, 2024, a man named Diego would upload some of the most terrifying footage ever. Diego states, "I haven't been able to sleep for nights, because in the early hours of the morning, he knocks on the door.
Hay un niño golpeando la puerta. Dios mío.
A silhouette of a little boy can be seen standing there just knocking on the front door. As Diego steps closer, his features become more defined. It looks like a normal little boy, but as soon as he opens the door, he vanishes into thin air. Considering how quickly he opens the door, there's no possible way for this boy to move away that quickly. He just completely disappears, leaving us puzzled. The man believes he's dealing with something paranormal, and why it won't go away, he doesn't know. Maybe it's the ghostly spirit of a child who used to live in this home before, or maybe even the ghost of a child who died in this small town. Either way, it won't leave him alone. A woman named Charity Lewis has a little sister who loves to take videos on her toy camera. She uses the camera to film innocent videos, such as vlogs and toy reviews. But one day, Charity and her friend were messing around with the camera when they came across a really strange piece of footage on it.
We went to a toy store and they had all of these things, like this cameraman doing little action figures, this big scary toilet, and these ones. And we actually found these scary toilet shoes, and they say scary toilet on them.
The footage initially appears normal, until around 2 minutes in, her little sister freezes and locks her eyes onto something.
A walk, and we also got ice cream that day, and I'm having a...
She's very scared. After staring at something for around 20 seconds, she flees the room in terror. And this is when we can finally get a look at what it was that was spooking her. A dark, skinny shadow quickly moves past the opening in the curtains. It almost looks like it swings past. Because it's so tall and skinny, there's no way it could be a human. Charity was so shocked by the footage that she uploaded it to her Instagram to see if she could get an answer. But still, no solid answers have been provided. Could her little sister's room be haunted by a demonic spirit? It seems this might be exactly what's going on. Taking a look at some captivating Bigfoot footage taken by a trail camera. It was posted to TikTok on December 10th, 2023. At first, the footage seems rather innocent, until suddenly what looks like the infamous Bigfoot emerges from behind the snowy trees. It appears this elusive creature didn't notice the trail camera until it was too late. The trail camera glitched a little bit as well, but this being was still very clearly videoed. If we take a closer look at this dark hairy creature, we can see its hair is very long on its entire body. But because of its dark appearance, we can't see any of its facial features, adding more mystery. And it also appears very wide and very broad at the shoulders, supposedly a typical trait of a Bigfoot. However, the location of where this footage was taken was never publicly released. However, it's hypothesized that it was taken somewhere in the northern region of the US. And it seems like more and more of these alleged Bigfoot sightings are popping up recently. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like button's mom. Let's aim for 2,000 likes for another one of these scary trail camera videos. And if you want to get to know me more, you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, MaxwellFear, or you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok, MaximumFearYT. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because only 14% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed. And be sure to hit that bell as well so you don't miss when I upload. And also feel free to check out my special Maximum Fear merchandise and coffee mugs. They're in the description down below. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.